Welcome to Tazavesh. So, sadly I can't show you the entire story because, as I've mentioned before, it does this thing where it just cuts off the dialogue, unfortunately.
Entry is restricted. Surrender your weapons and follow me.
Surely we can come to an alternate agreement?
There will be no agreement. Lethal force authorized.
The ruthless cartel boss, Solia, means to conduct a heist that spans the realms in order to claim progenitor secrets. Her only opposition is the disgraced broker Al-Dalil and his ragtag crew, who must navigate the mysterious veiled market and stop Solia before she claims this forbidden power. So, this is you can see there, that's the area right there. It's a market. What I like here is that this initial part here, because we're going to what is supposed to be, I guess, kind of an international market, or, something similar to that in terms of Shadowlands, is that we are going into customs, as you would imagine. So we are having to fight our way through customs because they're like, hey, you can't come in here. And so we have to literally fight our way through customs in order to progress through to the rest of this dungeon and marketplace area here, which is pretty amusing. You'll even hear some dialogue here, which is a clear reference to how some of the real life custom stuff works. Because, of course, we all know that Wiz historically has loved to have little inside jokes when it comes to some of the dialogue for some boss fights and such.
You have been randomly selected for death.
Like that line right there. You have been randomly selected. Contraband. So this is the real boss we're facing. Zofex the Sentinel.
In my city!
To gain entry beyond the gilded gates of Tazavesh, all must pass the Sentinel, Zofex. Obsessed with security, Zofex ensures any contraband is immediately incinerated along with anyone holding the offending items. So a little bit more extreme than your real-life customs and such. Lol. So notice his weapons. You can actually get that to drop, and I've been wanting that. But fortunately, I got an alternate color version of that in Zereth Mortis. So
You can scream.
now there's a mechanic he does here, but he died too fast for us to see. But he basically puts a player in a holding cell, like over here, and he slowly makes his way over. So we have to break that person out of the cell. If we don't, by the time he reaches that player, the player basically gets insta-killed. So, yeah, it's now there are ways to deal with it. Like, as a Death Knight, it puts you in a stun state. So, as a Death Knight, guess what I can do? I can use Icebound Fortitude to get myself out of that cell. So I don't even need players to break me out because I can literally just get myself out if I want to just absolutely cheese that mechanic or feel like nobody's going to get me out of it in time. So. Like, if that person is here for the mounts, it's like, well, you actually have to queue up for the other part of this dungeon. This is the first part, called the Streets of Wonder, which features, lets us be able to go in here and fight 5 bosses. This first one, and these 4 right here, before we can be able to actually continue our progress here. What's great is that you'll see over here, these are actual auctioneers. So if you actually need to use the auction house in this dungeon, you can literally just talk to the auctioneer there and have it work that way. So So this is of course, this was a big mega dungeon when it came out, Mythic only, and lets you be able to kind of like decide which route you want to take. There's also a hard mode version of this, which I have not tried yet, but I imagine some of us may actually end up trying that later on as we get stronger with our gear and such. But I think this is now going to be the route we go here, which is gonna. I'll have to see if I can. Like, I've done this a few times. My guild actually did a fun little what if race to world first, but not necessarily world, but just a race within our own guild of a few groups that were doing this dungeon at the same time to see who could finish it the fastest. So, I haven't done it that many times, but I actually tried doing this on one of my other characters, my Demon Hunter, just to kind of refresh my memory before trying to make this video. So, we'll see how it holds up. I will say, like, I wouldn't say I know this dungeon as well as some of the other ones, but it was like, oh, okay, I kind of remember this, but it's still a little, like, some of the things are not entirely clear, so, of course, we can mount here, so, I guess we'll make our way over here towards the Oasis, which is a fun fight, it really is. Ooh! So you notice these vendors here. That's important because
the most intoxicating establishment in Tazavesh. Gaining the owner's favor will secure Cartel Au's signature.
Invitation.
Zogran, surely our friendship has ascended such necessity.
Out of my sight, street trash.
No matter. There are many doors to success. I have friends nearby who may be of assistance. Someone in this market must possess what we seek.
Alright, so, stale bread. So now, we have to try and match this with one of the vendors. But I'm gonna get attacked the whole time.
You are bad for business.
See, this is part of the challenge of this. Okay, so that's rare text. He's not gonna want that. Magical weapons, that's not gonna work. This is part of the issue, is that I can't really defend myself. I need my team to defend me. Let's see if the fine cuisine guy will want this.
Remember, everything has value.
Oh. So she now gave us a flute. Okay. Alchemist, no. Fossil collector. Fancy instruments, aha.
May I tempt you until our next transaction?
I'm gonna shield myself up here. Hold on, what did I get? Oh, a sword. Oh. I know exactly where to take this. It's a replica sword of Remornia. So this guy over here, I think, is going to want it because it's magical weapons that he sells. So he'll be like, ooh, I'm very interested in that. So what's going on here is that as we trade these guys give us notes.
All goods and services for sale.
What could I offer in return? I know. Access to the most exclusive club in town. Come closer, stranger. The password is Ruby Gem. So now that we've done that a few times, nice doing business with you. Now we have the password to get inside.
Enjoy your stay.
Thank you. So over here is where the guy would be we would talk to in order to make this hard mode, but this is heroic, so we're obviously not doing that. So this gets fun. We get to actually be on stage here for this.
That music? You call that music?
The drinks are ethereal, the ambience is intoxicating, and Zogron, the door guard, is impatient. In this oasis, live performers will not leave that way if they fail to please the crowd. Alright. I want the guitar.
I believe the crowd has heard enough.
Oh, Misa, it is a pleasure. My friends and I are here to...
Ah, the next band has arrived. Please, take the stage. And remember, I am
Bring
quite
on the
generous
next
with those
band.
who manage to entertain my guests.
Our path reveals itself. Perform well, and our Misa's favor is ours.
A round of applause, please, for our next musical act.
So then we get to do this.
Get off the stage!
And they don't like our performance, so they're like, hey, get off the stage!
Get out of our club!
And of course they bring fruits and vegetables to throw at us, because of course they do.
Easy, all of you. This is not that kind of establishment.
He's like, hey, stop throwing that at the performers. This is not the type of establishment.
Enough of this noise!
So if you ever want to pretend that you were ETC, here you go. This is the kind of fight that it may not be, like, great for some people, but it's the kind of fight that I just love because, one, it's hilarious and just kind of, like, silly, and it just puts a smile on my face.
Confiscate any instrument!
Confiscate any instruments that they may have!
You do not want me to intervene.
So now he's getting upset about the fact that we keep upsetting the crowd.
You are bad for business.
So now he's gonna fight us because he thinks we are bad for business.
Stop the performance. There's no one left to hear it. It has been an age since I witnessed such a vigorous show. My establishment would not survive another.
Apologies, Almisa. We desperately need your signature.
Cartel Sol's underhanded dealings have not escaped my attention. You may have my signature, as long as you never again bring destruction to my oasis.
If you're wondering why are we getting the signatures, well, that's apparently a way for us to get access to the area where Solia is. Because of how heavy security is in this place. This next boss is, of course, very silly.
Wait, who is that? Where is Basim?
So this is Mailroom Mayhem. Something has gone wrong at the primary office for sending things, the POSF. Dimensional portals are scattering deliveries, and the automation that runs the office is malfunctioning. If the If the chaos is not sorted soon, the whole city could go postal. Get it? Gotta be careful here. So, this fight was a bit of one of those ones where you just, it would cause us some frustrations because of the way that these work, where we would have to toss bombs in there, so... Uh-oh, our tank went offline. We'll be able to get to Soasmi. Alright, our tank is back. So yeah, we gotta soak these. Fan mail. Ah! It hurts! It hurts! Now this we have to soak together.
Special coming.
So yeah, we're killing this really fast, so it's hard to show off. But yeah, then he starts doing this thing with explosions that we have to then put into each of these different areas over here.
Whoever you are. Now, we are in need of Zoe's signature.
Katie!
You mean this? There are dozens of them all over the floor. Here, take one.
Ah, yes. Thank
Thanks
you.
for your patience. No problem at all. Now to find a way back to Azeroth. After I make a few process improvements around here.
I like that we can go ahead and check our mail, because of course we can when she's here. I do have that toy, in case you're wondering. That was a hilarious quest line. I want to show that on camera at some point on one of my alts. Alright, let's see. Gonna have to fight a bit of the trash here. We don't have to fight all of them, but we do have to fight some if we want to get to the menagerie. Alright. Let's see. Can we avoid aggroing these things? These we obviously have to fight. There's no way around that. Alright, over here. Oh! Alright. We aggroed some of the other things here. So our next group is the Grand Menagerie. The Zai cartel acquire rare and valuable items to sell within their menagerie. Nothing is off limits. Exotic beasts, forbidden technology, even cursed artifacts are all on display. If your heart desires it, Cartel Zai will acquire it for you. As long as you can pay their price. Dun dun dun! So now we go in here. I forget how we actually start this encounter. But you'll see, like, there are certain things that are kind of on display here. Like, this is basically, like, you know, like a bidding house here. Venza Goldfuse, she's here.
Cartel Zai has a profitable venture. Hopefully, this inclines them to aid our own.
What I need is a distraction. The kind with sharp teeth. This beast will do nicely.
Wait, how did that beast escape from its cage?
Cartel Zai is not responsible for any loss of limb that occurs during this demonstration.
Target you.
Alright, so if you guys did Nathria, you'll probably be familiar with this here.
We have the solution. Watch as my assistant activates this Bastion Centurion for maximum destruction.
Which controls this easy. Even a dredger could do it.
I am awakened. Destroy everyone.
Destroy everyone. Destroy. Destroy.
Thank you all.
But yeah, you can see, like, we would still be fighting the first one when this thing comes on the floor. Like, we're easily killing these things, but this is heroic. They've clearly nerfed this. We're heroic.
Done. To Mama. Uh-oh. The curse is real.
Target you.
Will drown in blood.
That thing stays and keeps shooting those out, and that becomes a problem. So yeah, as you can tell, on higher Mythic difficulties, I don't know what's going to be like doing this in Mythic Plus. But doing this in Mythic 0 was... whew.
Well, what is left of it?
Alright.
Simple matter. In return, we ask only for Cartel Zai's signature.
Our signature is a fair trade, especially if it results in your departure.
We have all the signatures we need.
There is a price.
So now we have all the signatures that we need. So now we make our way over there to the signature authorization device and transport facility. Okay, that was probably my fault. Sorry. I got someone killed there, I think. What?
Excuse our intrusion,
Oh
sir.
no.
I hope we caught you at an inconvenient time.
Al-Dalil, is there no sanctuary from your filth?
Hear me, Solir. The artifact you seek brings only suffering.
Suffering and power. I must now travel beyond Tazavesh, but your journey ends here.
So now we have to wait for our mage to run back because he didn't let us res him. So you saw there that even... oh gosh, what? You saw there that he even tried to be like, look, it's gonna bring only suffering. She's like, yeah, it may bring suffering, but it brings power too. This is Soazmi, I think, is how you say that. Among those brokers who live by the blade, none match the skill of Soazmi, Cartel Soul's lethal assassin. Soazmi is forever perfecting his technique. As such, it gives him great pleasure to instruct his enemies in the art of fighting, even as he slices them to pieces. Now, there is a fast travel system in this dungeon that unlocks over in this room, in case we wipe, where we can get back to certain areas. I don't want to... Oh gosh, he's getting attacked by trash, isn't he? Hi. All because you didn't wait for us. So now, we have to make our way back over and try to get him over here.
May I assist?
See, this is the fast travel I was referring to. This one goes to the Oasis. This one goes to the network later on. That goes to the Menagerie. That goes to Lap of Luxury. So we use this, and we're back at the post office. Which is right there, so... There we go. Alright. But yeah, it was a great way to get around, especially if we were wiping to these bosses. Okay.
Die, foes of Cartel Soul!
Now this boss is fun because of those things there. So he puts that wall. So now we have to use one of these to get to the other side. Then we have to interrupt him, because if we don't, he wipes us. But because we have so much damage, it doesn't matter.
My shame!
Solia may have a head start, but her echo remains. An echo we can follow.
Now, I guess technically we can continue forward. Though it seems... I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be able to do so or not.
Backwash was turbulent. This is as close as I could get you. So
Murlocs!
Were I to make a wager, I'd put coin on the ruins ahead.
I honestly don't know how far we can actually go. I guess we'll just keep going until we're not able to progress forward anymore. Needless to say, my guild loved that this was a part in this dungeon because, well, our guild is full Murloc. And we always go full Murloc. I'm a DK. We can walk on the water. And our mage left. But see, I can't queue for another player because this is where we're supposed to stop. I guess we'll just keep going.
Power eludes your grasp, Al-Dalil. A tenet of your cartel.
Power without wisdom leads to ruin, Solila.
You know, I just realized I'm not sure about if we can do the mechanic of this fight without a fifth person.
See how your wisdom fares against the might of the Titans.
You are unworthy to lay claim to these realms. You desecrate these halls.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Hilbrand, the theft of an ancient Titan artifact has awoken its guard. Hilbrand, Sword of the Keepers. Dismantle the myriad of security protocols at Hilbrand's command, or become permanent residents of the tomb.
Shockwave.
Celia's arrogance will be her downfall.
I guess we're just gonna keep going. We're back in Borealis! Hey!
A taxing journey, but our path remains true.
This next boss, oh my gosh. This boss was such a pain. Especially as a melee. A DK. Oh man. I think this Demon Hunter and I are just really strong, so we're just both gonna make up for the fact that we don't have a fifth player here.
You have a talent for acquiring intriguing artifacts. This was found among the ruins of the Black Empire, yes?
Ye have an eye for treasure, but not enough smarts to stay away from it.
Apologies, Captain. Please direct your grievances towards my associates.
Ah, you lot meddled with the wrong buccaneer.
Our captain is a dragon! Our captain is a dragon!
Time Captain Hooktail! Yeah, not just a dragon, that is a infinite dragon. Remember those guys from Cataclysm? Months of planning went down the latrine when Solia appeared in the middle of Time Captain Hooktail's, yes, that is her name, a heist and stole her prize. Consumed by rage, the Pirate Queen unleashes her true form and rampages over anyone caught in her path. So one of the things that makes this boss fight really frustrating is her tail. Because if she turns around and you're like, you know, near her tail, it will grab you and you're basically kind of stuck. Plus, we're going to constantly have to deal with her crew and that ship right over there. Because it's going to keep firing stuff. And we also are going to have to clear this area of trash, which hit really hard. But one of the ways to do that is actually to manipulate the direction that that dragon faces when she does her breath attack, because it's going to actually clear the area of the trash. This is going to be interesting.
Gold to whoever brings me their time.
All hands on deck!
Deep breath.
Alright, so it looks like we're just going to melt her, so it's not going to be as annoying as I thought it would be. But then that's because I remember how this was on regular Mythic.
You know not the power you chase. Let us depart before the Kultirians ask questions we lack time to answer.
Indeed. Alright. I guess we're just gonna finish this the rest of the way. Yep. So, our last boss is Solia. Solia's thirst for power.
My every step.
You cannot control this power. The artifact belongs in a museum.
Only the withered and dead belong in museums, like your cartel. Your cartel has dissolved into dust. I choose to lead mine to glory.
Culminates in this final battle, having unleashed a force she does not fully understand. The cartel leader is transformed into a creature of unbridled ferocity. As rampant energy spills from the artifact, Solia must be stopped before her actions tear down the foundation of the Shadowlands. So yeah, this fight is long, and it's got 2 long phases. The first phase, of course, is going to be her there, and us having to deal with her cartel. The second phase, well, also, yeah, she drops a mount, so we'll see if it drops. but it's this thing right here. The Cartel Master's Gear Glider. It's basically like the... For some reason I can't show, I think while I'm in combat. But, it's basically like the disc mount that the mage got from Legion. See here? It's got that effect on it, but that's basically what it is. So apparently it can also drop in Heroic, so... This will probably be a place where quite a few of us can be able to come here on a regular basis in order to try and get the mount, since we can get it in Heroic as opposed to in Mythic. Oy, I'm remembering now. Well, I guess it's a combination of the fact that my character is stronger and that this is on Heroic instead of Mythic. But man, I just remember this being so painful. I was like, holy mackerel, this place does so much damage. Like, it really felt like you had to have good gear
Make you
in order to be able to make it into this, you know, through this place.
remove these pests.
I remember we had to deal with these two assassins here because these guys hurt. Especially if we don't interrupt their cast.
Interrupt one.
Like that right there. Yeah, that would hurt a lot. On Mythic, anyway. Apparently it doesn't hurt that much here. So now here comes stage 2.
There's a must.
Unless they kill her before it happens. There we go.
For cartel soul.
Power overwhelming.
Me and be extinguished.
So yeah, she's basically gone full Archon.
You are nothing.
So now we have to do this thing where we direct the arrows to these in order to be able to remove her, you know, her shield and energy. Because right now she's basically taking no damage.
How dare you hinder me?
Yeah, this phase is really rough.
What your tools of creation. At my command.
Also, yeah, those things jump, and if you get hit by those, they really hurt. Like I said, this place really, really hurt when we did when it first came out, and we were doing this on Mythic 0. Woo! But as you can see on Heroic, it's not that bad. Ooh, the Warglaive dropped.
The first ones hate these artifacts.
No mount.
They are not meant for us. I am grateful our paths crossed, More Walker. These troublesome pieces will reside where they can do no more harm and be studied by cartel until our fortunes meet again.
So yeah, that is Tazavesh. I thought I was going to have to do 2 separate videos, but we just kept going because we had a strong enough group that we could pull off with 4 people, and basically that Demon Hunter and I just melted everybody in there. Plus our tank looks like was pretty geared as well. So, that was Tazavesh, the big mega dungeon. It's really, I really like it. Like, you know, that it's obviously got some humorous aspects to it with some of the bosses. And I just think it's really fun. Like, the Oasis boss fight with the instruments is just, you know, really amusing. Apparently I got that axe to drop. How about that? But what would have been really nice is getting this, but at the same time, while getting this one would be nice because it's blue, I actually got a purple one from one of the rares here in Zereth Mortis, which my Demon Hunter got. So, you know, I can even go ahead and show it to you guys right here in appearances. If we go to one-handed swords, there it is. There's the purple one that I got earlier, the Anima Siphoning Sword. So if I don't get this, I'll keep trying for it. But if I don't, oh well, you know, not a big deal because I've already got one. So, but obviously this is one that we're going to probably keep trying for, because we can just queue up for that second wing, which lets us do the last few bosses, including Solia, of course, in order for us to try and get that mount. So, yeah, you even saw someone just now, just flying on it just now, right there. You see that? Yeah, so that was Tazavesh, everyone, and when we come back, I will try and show you guys the first wing of LFR, as long as it doesn't continue to put me in a group that's already in progress and lets me be able to actually show it to you from the beginning. So fingers crossed that that's going to happen, but we'll see. Stay tuned.